Food waste is a huge issue here in America. 133 billion pounds of food go uneaten every year, and that's hundreds of thousands of dollars wasted by consumers and retailers alike. As I'm sure some of you are wondering why you didn't get mints, if you didn't receive a mint, could you please raise your hand? Thank you. Those of you with your hands raised represent the 1 in 6 residents of Northeast Ohio who were food insecure last year. Food hunger is a serious issue here, and yet these food sellers still do not donate their leftover food, or they do not adhere to this practice regularly.
So you may be wondering why. We know that there's a need and we know that people have food. So where's the divide? Why aren't we getting the food to where it needs to be? A few different reasons. We've identified 3. So these are not all encompassing, but these are just the 3 that we thought were the most important. So fear of being sued. People think that if I give food and somebody gets sick, I'm going to be sued. I was trying to do a good thing and something bad might happen. But there's a protection. It's called the Good Samaritan Law. So you won't be sued if you give to a 501c3 charity. And we'll talk about how our app speaks to that aspect of giving. Second reason is because of storage and space. So I want to give. I have 100 bagels. But maybe I don't have enough room for that and my stock for the day and my stock for next week. I need to get these out of the door quickly. I want to give them to you, but I don't have any place to put them. So that's the second reason. Third reason is a consumer, I don't want to say obsession, but our hang up with sell by and best by dates. So sometimes we look at those dates and say, well, today is December 2nd and this meat says it's only good until December 4th. Doesn't mean it's going to spoil on the 4th, but we think that as consumers. And also stores need to put that on there because if they don't, it'll never go off the shelves. They really put the date that it's going to expire on. So those 3 things preclude people from, donating food. It's not because they don't want to, and we're not at all demonizing, the restaurants and charities that don't give food. It's just that maybe they just don't have all the options open. So I'm going to have Amanda talk to you about how our apps addresses it.
All right, so for our web application, as you can see on our main page, you can register as a user, and we have 3 specific user types. You can either register as a food donor, marketplace, restaurant, catering company. You can register as an organization that is in need of food, and most importantly, as somebody who's willing to donate their time to help transport food between one place and another. Some smaller organizations may not have the ability to carry things from like a catering company. They may not be able to keep food cold for as long as it needs to. So we have that option. Even if you don't log in or register, you are still able to view our message board. So we have tabs available to show you what food is available, what organizations need specifically, and the different places, people who are willing to help transport things. All of them have a little information button, pops up a modal to give you their specific contact information. And you also have the times that they're available, the times that they're done. For the donors, they can put an expiration date on there to kind of keep things flowing throughout the time. When you do log in, you can create a post. So this is for someone who is donating food. So we have a text field where they can say, oh, this is what I have to be donated. Specifically, this is how many people this will feed. So maybe they don't know the poundage, maybe they have an idea of how many people it can feed. Allergens, I know that's a big worry for some people. A drop down for the expiration date, as well as saying whether they need somebody to help them transport this from one spot to the other. And the timestamp is generated automatically.
All right, so you're probably wondering, how do I know if a charity is actually a charity? You said this Good Samaritan Law covers me if I donate if it's a charity. We're gonna look up our EIN number because the IRS keeps track of all of that. I'm gonna highlight it, right click on it, click that little IRS charity lookup button. It's gonna open a new tab, take you to the IRS page, and there you check, make sure that the EIN number belongs to a charity that is registered.
In order to make the app more fun, we decided to add a scoreboard to incentivize the food donors to donate their food. So here you can see if you have more donations, you're going to be near the top. And you can also receive recommendations from different charities and transportations. We have frequently asked questions section split into food donors, charities, and transports, so they can go and look up the answers to all the questions that they may have. We also have our contact page, and if you click on our pictures, you can see our portfolios. So thank you so much. We are Marketplace for Humanity. We are making connections to end food waste and hunger.